yeah, we talk about it. What's going on in the church, yeah, we talk about it. How to make money, yeah, we talk about it. Facebook, yeah, yeah. IG, Twitter, Periscope. Ooh, you can catch CEOs. What can you see? Talking about the hot topics, my girl. What can you see? Talking about the hot topics.
That's all you gotta do. Rangers, you already know what time it is. Come on, Zion. You're in a new place. It's a brand new year. After you get to a new place. Shout. Jump in. Don't fear, for I'm with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will hold you with my right hand. Don't worry about it. I got your back. Don't worry about it. Do not fear. I'll take care of you. Just jump in. Jump in. Jump in. I said jump in. Jump in. Jump in. Jump in. You better grab somebody's hand and tell them. Jump in. Jump in. Jump in. Don't.
Good evening. Listen, that video was fitting. Now, let me just tell you, I've been playing that video for probably close to a year now. And tonight, let me just let y'all know, one of the members of Kingdom Builders is actually here. So for a year, ever since they sent me the video, probably last year, right after I think it's called Boot Camp. They sent me the video and I started playing it because I liked it, and I play it every Thursday night. One reason why I play it is because I still work on somebody's job, and so by the time I get to the studio and I drive and I fight traffic, I'm tired, and that song always picks me up. So every Thursday night before my show, it always is my intro, and then it is the Kingdom Builder Worship Center song. So again, we love y'all, Kingdom Builders. Pastor Cheryl, Pastor Cal, we love y'all over here at KCW Multimedia Group. Now listen, I just want to let y'all know something. We have a great show for you tonight. Tonight, we have a great show for you. So I need you to do me a favor. If you are on the live, I need you to like and share. And if you're on the other one, when you missed it, like and share too. Because we have two great men of God that are going to grace the platform. One is an author and one is an artist. And two things that I love, authors and artists. I especially artists. Y'all know I love music. I love music, and that is my passion. And I'm going to love artistry. I'm gonna tell you why I love authors, because I noticed that they are the most compassionate ones that come here, and they leave it all on the floor when they leave it. So I love y'all so much, and I want to thank y'all so much. So listen, let me pay a couple of these bills because they're sensitive. The people that pay their money for me to say their name across the screen, they be sensitive. I be like, Jesus, have mercy. So listen, we want to send a shout out to Gillian Nicole. You know, she does more than just taxes. It is tax season. So if you have not filed your taxes, I need you to run on over to Gillian Nicole. You can find her on all social media outlets, Gillian & Co. And file your taxes. She's been doing my taxes for years and years now. And she is a great business partner. I don't call her my friend. She's a business partner and a sister. So again, if you're looking to file your taxes, please contact Gillian & Co. So let me just also say this while I have this. Sylvia, let me start my camera back. Sylvia also owns A Natural Seal, as well as Sylvia the Realtor. So if you're looking to buy your home, if you're looking to sell your home, or just do anything with your home, y'all call Sylvia at Realtor. The reason why I can't show it is because she changed some things and I don't have the updated information. I want to apologize, Sylvia. I'll have that fixed by next week. Again, A Natural Seal, all natural products. And again, you can contact her, because let me tell you what she's going to do. She's going to fix your credit, file your taxes, sell your house, and then sell your candles and all kinds of trinkets to put in your house. Now, if that ain't all under one roof, I don't know what to tell y'all. Huh? Oh, I gotta be professional. I forgot. I got the author and the artist. So I gotta be professional tonight. So if I start going off, y'all remind me. I gotta be very professional because I got the author and the artist on. So listen, if you're looking, I gotta move my chair over. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. If you're looking to promote, market, and brand your business, listen, you guys give me a call. We promote, market, and brand. We advertise your product. Let us promote for you right here on KCW Multimedia Group. Again, you can contact us via inbox. My phone number is 561-962-1236. We'll be more than happy to promote your product and your brand. Huh? Whether it's music, whatever it is, I got you. I know a little bit about marketing. Okay, so without further ado, I want to bring this gentleman up. I'm gonna just tell you a quick story. I don't know if I should have him here. I'm gonna bring you in. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Cox?
How are you?
Tell the story real quick, and I had told you in the beginning. So
Okay.
I go to this place right every Tuesday and Thursday, and I know I shouldn't be going there because Lord Jesus. But the shrimp, and I went there one time, and I said, "Can I have a chicken pasta?" And she said, "That's all." I said, "No, I want you to put this, and that." She said, "But we don't do that." I say, "Money moves the world. How much extra is it?" And she said, "Okay, I'll make you a special one." And then she said, what you do with that truck?" I said, "I do marketing." And she started telling me about her son. She sold her son better than anybody else could sell their children. When I tell you I love her, and no matter when I see her, no matter every time I see her, I'm telling you, she is promoting her son. And when I tell you I love her for that, I love her because she said, "Have you called my son?" I said, "I inboxed him." Now that's his mom, y'all.
Oh,
That's
oh, my mom and my son.
listen, that's his mom. And she is y'all have no clue. So I just want to let you know, and you can tell her because she's probably not watching, that I love her. I love her energy. And it's so good to have a cheerleader like you have. So just know that your
Amen.
mom, no matter
Amen.
what she is, she say, "My son gonna be on here tomorrow. I need you to look." So and that feels good to have your mom being your biggest fan. So anyway,
Amen.
let's get down. Now I did something new. I never program myself for questions. I pop up over here and be like, "Let's just get this going." But this time, I asked, I did some research.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I got some questions. Hey, whoa, y'all better be proud. Y'all better show some hot stuff because y'all know I just come from the top of the cuff. So let me just ask you, give me the title breakdown. Give me the title breakdown on how we got Just Dive. Just break that down for me.
Just dive. I actually got that title from a sermon that I did back in 2020 during the pandemic. I was actually featured as one of the speakers for a virtual prophetic and prayer conference, and I had the topic, or had to preach from the vein of new tools and strategies for success. So from that point, I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm in the vein. So, and I thought about it, new tools, new strategies, things of that nature. And so in the top of my mind, I'm like, hey, just do it, right? Like, Nike. And I'm like, Lord, I can't preach, just do it, Nike. So actually after prayer and after really just kind of really thinking about it and really understanding everything, I said, just dive. Means just dream, identify, visualize, and execute. It's an amazing acronym that the Lord given me, because it's a action. I would say action title. It makes you move, right? And everybody that knows me know I love to move. So that's how I
So,
came up with the title.
so the title is Just Driving. His acronyms, and I saw that, and I said, "Okay, wow, I gotta get the book from you." And normally I try to have the book here so I can show, but I haven't, and I want to apologize.
No, no
And
worries,
it,
no worries.
no, we listen. The thing about it is I tell this all the time. This this is powerful. This is powerful. And when I say that is, if we come together and support each other, it's powerful. We can
Amen.
become a powerful fist. So a lot of
Amen.
times I joke around a whole lot, but when I'm serious about it, it's something that in order for us to stand beside you and behind you, for you to become Amazon's top artist and you to become Amazon's or this place top artist, we have to come and stand beside each other and we have to help
Amen.
each other. Also in the body of Christ and also in the world. So I have to get the book from you so that I can have it, because when I started reading about the acronyms and I started reading it, I was like, wow, 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 this is, and I'm just reading from other places
Yeah.
that you posted, not reading the entire book. Um, I'm like, okay, so what was the inspiration behind it? I mean, is there? And I see that you're now. I don't know now. I'm saying now because I just started following you. That
Uh-huh.
you're an awesome content creator. You create content better than a lot of people I know. Your content.
I'm learning this stuff. You
Let
have
me
to
let me
stay
tell you. Well,
informed.
you if you're just learning it, if you're just learning it, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm watching your videos. I'm like, this man is awesome. This man is good. So, I mean, so what inspired you to write the book? You had the sermon. God gave you the sermon. God gave you the acronyms. What inspired you to say, I'm going to take this sermon and put it on paperback?
After the sermon, I was getting a ton of people that was really like absorbed the whole sermon. I got a ton of testimonies, tons of testimonies of how people mentalities were changed and all of just how effective that sermon was for them. So I jokingly told my publisher, I was like, hey, I think I should make this a book, right? She's a pastor as well, Pastor Bernica. And she was like, hey, bro, let's do it. So from that point, I began to write. I began to, before I wrote every night, I sat up every night and wrote until my eyes could not look at the computer anymore. I prayed prior to, and I just wrote whatever God said and literally just type, type, type. And from that point, it was just, I couldn't, honestly, if someone was to ask me, Dennis, have you ever thought about writing a book? My answer would have been absolutely not. Right? I love to read, self motivational books and stuff like that. They call them PMA books, positive mental attitude books. Me writing one, nah. However, once I've written it and I really see the effect that it had on many people, literally, it has been life changing. It's been life changing. It's been life changing.
So I maybe I shouldn't ask this question, because I was told one time before that believers don't have writer's block. And
Ah.
I was like, believers don't have writer's block. So because we believe, we can't have a writer's block, we can't have a moment. So during the process, did you have a writer's block where you were like, okay,
Yes,
this is
absolutely. That happens. That happens while you're really getting into the vein of whatever you're about to write about. Many times it happens in the beginning when you're trying to really absorb what you want to do and what you want to say. Many times that'll happen in the beginning. So therefore, I had to turn around and focus. I literally would go in my living room while everyone was asleep, and I would put on, some type of worship music, some instrumental, and I would literally just write and write and write and dissect. And as I drove, I took audio notes. So I used to take audio notes on my phone. So therefore, as God downloads, I didn't forget, right? I didn't want to take the risk of getting a download from the Lord and literally forget about it. So just really based upon how God uses you, and then also how, I would say, how inspired you are. Before you go and try to inspire somebody else and try to write a book about, you have to be the first advocate for yourself. If you don't believe that your book, or if you don't believe that anything that you're about to write about is going to actually change lives, what you're about to do, don't even do it. Because if you don't believe that I can be the one that changed the trajectory of my life, I could be the one to be able to be the first author in my family. I can be the first one to literally take this pencil, take this pen, and really make something happen. One of the biggest things that that it was said in the past was many it, in order to keep a black person down, put it in the book. because we don't like to read. Many times we'll like to get the Medea version, right? Give me the quick, fast version. However, the Bible tells us that we perish for the lack of knowledge. If we don't understand, if we don't know, if we just going off of, what grandma said or what daddy said, we'll be totally lost. Because the question is, what happens if their psychology was off? If their psychology is off and everything is just only painted by what they experienced, then your whole life would be jacked up. It's amazing.
Wow, that you just blew my mind because I always say I don't like to read. I'm like, you get the audio version from, I get it because now that I have started interviewing artists, I've taken my time out to know that you have to take a couple minutes out your day just to unwind and just read. And I've learned to start doing that. I joke around a lot to say I don't read what's the audio version, but I'm learning that I can take that downtime and get me a glass of water, and just put it in my wine glass because I don't drink for real though. Get me a glass of water, and what I do is I go ahead and just read a couple pages, especially when I'm trying to understand what you're putting out. I just want to understand it. I just want to understand what you're putting out. And is Stacy the one who has the account?
Talking about our Facebook page. That's funny because
I'm asking because she's moderating. She's moderating. Okay, so Stacy, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate
Facebook page, and before I'm like, I don't want to be on Facebook. I'll literally grab a phone, just be scrolling. She was like, hey, why don't you just create a page? I'm like, I don't got time for all of that. This was years ago. So at that time, we just shared the page and we never created nothing of it because me and my wife, we're locked in, right? We're locked in. So I love her to death, but
yeah, I'm saying because she's moderating, and I'm like, come on, Stacy. So I want to give her props because she owned it. I said, come on, moderator. Because normally I used to have a moderator, but she went off to college. So I'm like, okay, I don't have a moderator anymore. So God always put a ram in the bush in every show. And there's somebody and you know what? And that's the best thing that you can have, that your spouse stands beside you when you fall. She there to hold you up, no matter how big you are. They're there to hold you up. So you thank God for that.
She's the pusher in the back. She's my pusher.
And she has a lot going on too. I looked up. I see she got a lot going on. You go, girl, because I want to say it to my sisters. I see you. I see you. So did you learn anything from writing the book? Did you learn physically? I know that this was your word that God gave to you, that you put in a sermon and then you put it in a book. But what did you learn from writing the book?
One of my favorite chapters in my book is identify. The reason why that's more or less my favorite chapter, because it helps pull back the layers that we don't think about, right? And what I've learned in my writing process is learning about generational cycles, generational patterns that affect your now, right? Because many times we will fall into the mentality, like I said prior to, we will fall into the mentality of what we are the product of. So if our environment is broken, our thought process is going to be the same, right? So when I was starting to write and understand all of these different things, when God was just giving me all type of things, it now began to open up my mind to let me know that I cannot be the product of where I came from. I have to be the recipient of where I'm going. If where I'm going now would be able to be, I would say, pushed into where I want to go, and my thought process has to follow. So here's the thing is, I said this in my book, I say, how can two walk together except they agree, right? And we're not just going to take just the physical perspective of that. However, if your heart and your mind isn't in the same alignment, then anything that you do, you'll walk in circles. Why is that? Because my heart could be in it, but my mind could be totally far away from it. Or my head could be in the game, but I just don't have no drive for it, right? So you have to learn how to identify what's stopping you. Many times we want to go, we can name it and claim it, right? We can, by faith, let's do it. I can sow a seed on it. At the same time, God God promises will never supersede our faith, right? If our faith is only this big, God promises is this big, then guess what? God will only give you according to the measure of your faith. And if he gives you to the measure of your faith and you start to really look around and see what you have to now start to articulate in your mind, is my faith big enough? Am I dreaming big enough? Am I putting limitations on God? Am I putting limitations on my own self? Because if I'm able to dive into who I'm supposed to be, then the person who I'm supposed to be is, like I said in my book, is the person I'm scared to be. And if I'm scared to be phenomenal, then phenomenal is locked up on the inside of me. But I have to learn how to really push phenomenal out. If I keep phenomenal in, no one will ever be able to see any gift, talent, ability, anything that God has for me, or I was supposed to be on earth, because I'm afraid. Because watch this, I'm worried about what people are going to say. What do you mean? I'm worried about what people are going to say. And when you worry about what people say, you miss what God says. That's good. Why is that? It's because if you learn how to turn down the social noise, turn up God's noise, then guess what? Everything that you do will always be in alignment with purpose. If purpose is not what you're chasing, you can be here watching the have and the have-nots. You're going to be on the side with the have-nots. Why? Because you'll always be the product of what you see. Everything that we do, everything that we've done, everything the person that we're shaping out to be is based upon what we have articulated in our mind. If we're able to reprogram, like I said in my book, if we're able to reprogram our subconscious has no voice of reason. You can reprogram your subconscious in order for you to be able to now program your conscious mind. But if you continually to say, well, God, I guess it's just little old me. How can someone from India come over to the United States with $6 in their pockets, then turn around and have a whole gas station? How can somebody be born out of a lineage of 16 children, but turn around, have a cooking shop down the street? How can somebody turn around and be able to pull greatness out of their life when they was abandoned when they was a child? It's because the dream has to become much bigger than what you are. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. The facts that nobody really on my team doesn't matter. The facts that I don't have everything I need doesn't matter. The fact that nobody supports my book doesn't matter, because my dream has to be much bigger than what I'm surrounded by. If my dream only fits into my circle, then guess what? My circle is way too small. My circle's way too small.
You preached to what now? You see, I let you have that. You preached that sermon. Come on. Y'all better sit on a love offering. You preach that now. See, that's that sermon I like. You saw you got to you landed that. Listen, you are inspiring me tonight. I love your wife. She putting all the key points up. Thank you so much. She put all the key. I'm telling you. So let me just ask you this, because I know what's next.
What's next? I have this book now, so I'm actually in the process of doing a multiple of things at the moment. So I'm in about 5 different things. So at the moment, I'm putting together a online course for aspiring entrepreneurs. I'm also putting on a course also for financial planning and budgeting and credit and stuff like that. I'm also launching a apparel line, as you can see, and also I am writing my second book. So, which is going to be Just D.I.V.E, the mindset of a winner. So literally, I'm taking the experience of what got me to where I am now, along with God's plan, along with what God has for us, and literally pushing that. If I'm not pushing what God does, everything. Here's one of the biggest things that I heard. The graveyard is the most expensive place on the planet. Why is that? It's because many people died with dreams stuck inside of them that could have changed the world. If your goal isn't to change a life, If your product isn't here, and if you don't believe in your product more than the person buying it, don't put it out. If you don't, I don't care if nobody buys a hat from me. I believe in Just Dive more than my mama believe in, more than my wife believe in it. Why? Because I understand the power of the push. That's big stuff. If I understand the power of the push, that means that I don't have to wait for someone to give me validation. My work ethic should be able to produce when the seasons of unproducing. What does that mean? Think about it like this. In the book of Genesis, it says that Isaac sowed in the same year there was famine on the land, and he reaped the same year that it was a famine in the land. If you look around, we've been in a pandemic for 2.5 years. How can God be so amazing where he can take somebody and literally take an idea, push it out, and next thing you know, you're becoming big, as they would call it, in a pandemic-stricken world? It's because if you believe how God tells you to believe, then guess what? There's nobody here can shake your tree. I've learned how to be resilient. What does resilient mean? That means that I could be able to bend but not break. That's why if you understand, I would say tropic areas will always be loaded with palm trees. Why is that? It's because even during a hurricane, you don't see much palm trees being uprooted. They've learned how to bend with the wind. That's good stuff. They learn how to bend with the wind. And one of the biggest things I love about a palm tree is that even if it starts off crooked, it always finds its way back up. Woo! I'm preaching good. Because I've seen palm trees literally be crooked. They're straight up like this, but the roots coming, straight bent out. It's because they've been through something. If your journey does not reciprocate a challenge, then how can winning be your portion? That's big stuff. That's big stuff right there. That's big stuff, Kenya. That's big stuff. Because when I look back over my life of greatness, you should always see the breadcrumbs of pain and challenge. If anybody proclaim themselves to be great and they have not challenged anything, I would challenge that theology. Because think about it like this. Before Moses went to the mountaintop, Moses had to climb through rocks and everything else to get to the burning bush. So there's no doubt in my mind that he went through muscle fatigue. He had, scrapes on his knees. His hands probably was bleeding because climbing up something that rigorous will always yield some type of something that will be able to now show that I've been through something to get to where I am right now. What have you been through? What have you been through?
Ooh. Now you push it. Listen, we need to know how to follow you because I hope that you're doing motivational days on Facebook or some type of social media where we can go in and just, when you can just bring the word like that. I pray, and you probably do have a motivational page that. She already put it on. Sorry, Stacy. Stacy already told us. Stacy got me together.
Going live on it. I've been working so diligently in the background, so I haven't been as live as I want to be. However, now that I'm opening up and everything becoming a lot more available to me now, I'm going to be on this thing live, coming out of the book, coming out of prayer points, coming out of all different things. Because one of the biggest things that really, really pushed me is this philosophy. I believe that as a Christian, it is not our portion to live broke and live by promises that we never experience.
You better.
I don't believe that God is that amazing to allow us to go to church every single day and be able to go to church every single week, to be able to sow every single Sunday, and we not yield what we said. The only reason why we don't yield what we say is because we get so caught up in what somebody else is doing, and so therefore we neglect everything that's on the inside of us. It's time for us to stop trying to sell all of our shirts, all of our hair products to the people in church. The people in the church will only get you so far. You need to learn how to be able to learn how to market to the marketplace. Church people will support you. I love my church family, but they're not going to make me a millionaire. They will give me products. They'll give me testimonials. They will help me get started. And watch this. More importantly, they will help validate my idea. And if they help validate my idea, and if it's valid, and if it's amazing, then you are automatically anointed to hit the marketplace. Why? Because God gave you an idea, not just for 16 people, not for 30 people, but if your vision is so amazing to where you could close your eyes and it scare you, that's what you should be doing. That's what you should be doing.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, when you see some of this stuff on Facebook, just know that I'm snipping it and putting it on. I'm just letting, listen, I what you preaching is I had to tell people that listen, the church, when you start telling them and giving them contracts, they start telling you, well, God gave you a gift. Well, I gotta, God gave me a gift to use it and be able to be successful and make my money. We're gonna talk about the church people because I love the church folks. It's a Thursday night church.
How you multiply your talents?
Yes, that's how they don't see it that way. So listen,
how you multiply your talents?
Listen, I'm about to bring you back one night and just let you go on here. I'm about to bring you back and let you just have a whole reign and a Q&A right here on my show one Thursday night. And I'll make sure that we properly promote it. And I'm just gonna let everybody come in and just invite everybody to come in and do a Q&A with you. And I'm gonna just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna remove myself from this. That part. And let you have it. And I'll just go ahead and navigate this screen over here. That's what's going to happen. Because, like I said, you have so many wonderful nuggets that I would love to get out to the nations and the masses, So I want everybody to know about Just D.I.V.E. So tell everybody before you leave me, because I know you got to go to church and I got to watch y'all on live. Because I want to watch the youth explosion. We got a gentleman coming up next, and I hope you have time to tune in. David D.I.V.E, y'all know. He's saying, just leave, just leave. So I want y'all to be able to see him too. But tell them how they can find you, how they can contact you so that we can get everybody following you.
You can reach me at my website, www.dcarterinspires.com. www.dcarterinspires.com. My website would be where you can book me at. My website would be where you'll find my apparel line. My website will be where you can find my social media handles. My social media handles on Instagram is Just D.I.V.E, or D Carter Inspires, either two. On Facebook is D Carter Inspires as well. And I also have a free group, a community, which is the Just D.I.V.E community. I believe my wife may put it in the comments. So those are the places where you'll be able to find me at. And I will be there continually bringing out motivation, bringing out all type of things where you could be able to now be able to be partakers as I learn, right? As I learn from God and as I learn and continue to stay in the face of books and just really expanding my knowledge, I want to bring you along that journey. So if you want, the community is free. Go over to my website. You'll be able to get a copy of my book called Just D.I.V.E. It's an amazing book. It talks about dreaming, identify, visualize, execute. The book goes in details about dreaming. We talk about the psychology of a dreamer. We talk about the speech patterns of a dreamer. We talk about the psychology and the emotions and the focus of a dreamer. Then we really kind of paired that along with a biblical inspiration in which I've broken down the story of David, where David beat Goliath, and I've broken that down into 4 parts in the Just D.I.V.E part. So that's where you'll be able to find me. Thank you so much, Kenya, for this amazing opportunity, this amazing interview. We could do a part 2. I'm all down for it.
You see how I pull myself out, let you close on your own, because I want people to know that you're coming back to do that right. I'm gonna do the same thing when you come back. I'm gonna be on the backside, just typing, and we're gonna do this together. Thank you so much. I want to publicly apologize, guys. I was supposed to have him on the platform months and months ago because his mom introduced me, and it was my fault because I do so much stuff. So I'm all over the place, and I'm on a travel ban right now. So that's kind of why I'm more settled. Normally I'm somewhat traveling, but I'm on a travel ban until later on to everything fly over.
It's all good.
Thank you. Thank you. I love Stacy. I love you. Stacy's mom. I love Stacy. Stacy, I love Stacy.
She's pushing in the comments. She's pushing. I love her.
Isn't she? So Stacy, I love you truly. Listen, anything you need, you give me a call. I'm here for you. I got to meet up with you to get my book. Um, again, I do events all the time, so you feel free to join me if you want to come and bring
Absolutely.
your paraphernalia and your books out. I do events so that you can come out and network with some of my family and my friends, and as well as my church, and we would love
Absolutely.
to have you.
Anytime.
All right, well, go ahead on over to church
All right.
and talk to the you people. All right, we thank you so much, and we love you.
Love you. Love you.
So listen, I'm gonna play this quick. I'm gonna play they intro again because I love it. But I got a guest that's coming up. Now he got to give me a few minutes because I have to play one of his songs. So he been backstage, but he got to give me a couple minutes. I got to play one of his songs. But y'all hold on while I transition.
That's all you got to do. Rangers, you already know what time it is. Come on, Zion. You're in a new place. It's a brand new year. After you get to a new place. Shout. Jump in. Don't fear, for I'm with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will hold you with my right hand. Don't worry about it. I got your back. Don't worry about it. Do not fear. I'll take care of you. Just jump in. Jump in. Jump in. I said jump in. Jump in. Jump in. Jump in. You better grab somebody's hand and tell them, jump in. Jump in. Jump in. Don't.
All right, so listen. I want you guys to see this video. I'm trying to get it together. But y'all already know that every time you try to do something, it end up being crazy. So normally I have it queued up, but it didn't queue up properly. So y'all pray for me. I'm gonna do it real quick. Hold on. All right, it will not allow me to play it.
Hey, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I hear you now. How are
All
you?
right, there we go. All right, so I'm so excited. It's probably an echo. I gotta figure out what's going on. I've been trying to get this video to share, and I can't.
Ah,
I don't know
oh.
why. I'm gonna share this video for the night is over with. I'm gonna share this video.
Did you try YouTube?
Yeah, we went through YouTube. I went through your Facebook. That's probably why.
Oh, that could be
But
it.
listen, while I work on it, I'm gonna leave you to introduce yourself.
Okay. Well,
So
my name is David Daughtry, and I uh, live here in Los Angeles, California. I am a gospel artist. I am originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I have been in Los Angeles for a while. I attend West Angeles Church of God in Christ, where my pastor and bishop is Bishop Charles Blake. And I am one of the praise and worship leaders there, where I serve faithfully at my church. And I am a gospel artist. I released the album Woo. It's been about 6, 7 years ago on Carew Records. And I had a hit song called God is Great Leap. And the Lord really blessed with that. And now I have returned with a brand new single called I Can't Forget. And this single is the lead up to my full project that will be out in May of this year. And so that's a little bit about who I am.
All right. I'm still trying to get rid of this echo, but it ain't moving. So listen, I'm going to go to my commercial, and then
Okay.
I'm going to try to. I want to play lead. I'm going to
Okay.
play lead. All right.
Okay.
All right. So it's giving me an echo. We're gonna figure this out. So the video that I have,
Uh-huh.
you're at Bishop Wells Church.
Yes. Bishop Wells and First Lady Siobhan. Yes. That was about 2 weeks ago.
I love Bishop Wells. I'm gonna tell you, I aggravate
Yes,
his
very.
entire life.
Very, very
I
kind
aggravate
bishop.
aggravate his life, and I think that he's like, Kenya, why do you have to do this? But I do. So because I'm not able to play the song, and I really want to, can you tell us a little bit about Lee?
So, Leap was something that was totally God inspired. As I mentioned before, I lead worship at West Angeles Church of God in Christ. And so one night we have Sunday night service. We've always had Sunday night service. So one Sunday night I was leading worship, and literally I just started singing songs on the fly. I just started singing congregational songs, and I started singing I Don't Know What You Come to Do. And so everybody started answering back, I don't know what you come to do. Then I, said, I didn't come to look at you. And everybody said, I didn't come to look at you. And then we start going to I come to clap my hands. I come to do my dance. I come to lift them up. And then I said, I come to leap for joy. And I kept saying, I come to leap for joy. And without me telling people or prodding people, people started leaping. They started jumping. And so after we got through that part and I started saying I come to leap for joy, then I just started saying leap. So then leap kind of became like a chant. So everybody just started saying leap. Now a lot of people don't know this. I have been singing leap for about 12 years. I sung it forever before I recorded it. And I wasn't even going to record it because I had been singing it for so long. I was like, oh, I'm not going to record that because everybody, has already heard it. They already know it. And my mom was like, no, my mom was an evangelist. She was like, you need to record that song. She said, because if you don't record it and somebody else record it, you're going to be mad. So I recorded that in 2014, but I have been singing that for 12 years. And so that was something I didn't plan to do. It wasn't rehearsed, it wasn't planned. It was something that God gave me on the spot while I was leading worship on a Sunday night in church service.
So they're asking for you to sing a little bit a cappella.
Oh, okay. Of leave? Okay. God is great and greatly to be praised. Glory, glory to his name. God is great and greatly to be praised. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. God is great.
Listen, I host a show and it's called Gospel Karaoke. I have to bring you back for that.
Absolutely. I would be glad to
I
come.
have to bring you back to that. So I can't forget.
I
Let
can't
me say your
forget.
cover is fire.
Thank you. And I'm proud to say I did that myself. I didn't have a stylist and all that. I did this during the pandemic and everything. So I styled myself. I found the location and I was like, I like that white couch and that orange. Yeah, I like colors.
So you didn't, no stylist, no nothing.
I picked that suit out, and my niece picked out those what you call them, Air Force Ones, those white Air Force One tennis shoes. She picked those out. Yeah, and we just, like I said, it was we were in the pandemic, and so yeah, we didn't, have time for all that and to be hiring a stylist to fly in and do all that. So I went and found it myself.
Is your motivation? What is your motivation
Mm.
to do music?
My motivation is when I'm singing and actually involved in worship, or a lot of songs the Lord will give me while I'm singing on the spot. That motivates me. I know that's kind of a different answer, but being in the presence of God and actually singing and actually being in rehearsal, everybody has their thing where, oh, I can write when I'm at home and it's quiet, or I go to the beach and walk and God gives it to me there. But for me, when I'm in rehearsal, or I'm leading the people actually in worship, he gives me spontaneous things like lead. He'll just give me something spontaneous that the people can just catch right away. And so that's kind of how the Lord deals with me. I have another song too coming out called "I'm Going to Get Everything That Belongs to Me." That's another song that God gave me while I was singing something else. He just gave it to me on the spot. And so I'm motivated when I'm in his presence. I'm motivated when I'm singing. I'm motivated when I'm in rehearsal. I'm motivated when I'm leading God's people in worship.
Wow. So who would you say is your favorite artist? I did now let me redirect this question. I didn't say gospel, I said artist because a lot of us are inspired from jazz, R&B, trap. So who's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist in the whole world is the Clark sisters. I love the Clark sisters. Um, they motivated me to now of course my mom of course raised me in the church, and she taught me how to sing, and she taught me how to read music and all that. So aside from my mother, my biggest influence in gospel was the Clark sisters and the Hawkins family.
So you were raised in Koji.
I wasn't raised Kojic, but I was raised kind of non-denominational because my father didn't go to church, but my mom started going to church, and then we were in the non-denominational holiness church, but we weren't a specific denomination. So my first Kojic experience, if you will, is when I started going to West Angeles Church of God in Christ.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
what inspired you to move? I mean, wasn't that like cross country?
It wasn't me, it was my mom. My mom moved when we were very young. Her and my father divorced, and she was like, "We going to LA." My aunt was living out here, and my mom only came to LA to visit. So she thought we were going to visit, but we never went back to Milwaukee, and it was cold in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My mom was tired of the cold weather, so we came to LA and never went back.
All right, and you just planted that seed right now. So how is it? I mean, being a recording artist, living in LA, singing at my bishop church,
Yes.
because I'm Koji.
Okay. Church of God
So
in Christ. Church
how
of
is
God in
that?
Christ. It's wonderful. I definitely feel that I am where God wanted me to be. I'm where He called me to be. I was I don't know if you remember the LA Mass Choir. When I came to Los Angeles, I started singing with the LA Mass Choir, and then I joined West Angeles, and it was actually Judy McAllister that started me leading praise and worship because I was, just a soloist, and I was trying to be an artist, and then she started me leading worship, and then that's how I started leading worship. And so I believe that I am doing what God called me to do. I am where He wants me to be. Everything works together in God's plan when you're in His will. So, of course, being in Los Angeles has also afforded me some other great opportunities, like singing background on American Idol, The Voice. There was a TV show, I don't know if you remember, called the American Bible Challenge. Kurt Franklin was the host, and Jeff Foxworthy was the host also. I was a part of that. And so there's many music opportunities out here in LA. And so I've been favored by God to be a part of a lot of those things out here in LA.
You some background for me? Come
Yeah.
on.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for a couple seasons.
So I know you have two songs coming out, but what's next?
So I just released the single last Friday. Now this is the first time I am saying this in public. So this is an exclusive. I am going to release my entire project in May, and I am going to have a CD release um, concert in May. So that's what's next for me. I have completed the record and I'm ready. I'm ready to put it out and I'm ready for you all to hear this music. It's awesome. So May is gonna be the drop date for this music.
Well, Mark Hovind Legree, he says, my
Yes, my
Kojic
Kojic
brother.
brother. Hey Mark, Church of God in Christ in the house. Church of God in Christ in the house.
That's my
Mark,
little friend.
I want to see you in LA, Mark, around May when I announce this date.
Well, we're gonna have to work on that. I may have to come and support you.
Yes,
Where are you
come
gonna
to
have it at?
LA.
Los
Beautiful,
Angeles?
beautiful weather. Beautiful weather. Yes, it's going to be in Los Angeles, California. Beautiful weather. I promise if you come, we'll make sure y'all have a good time. I'll take y'all to Roscoe's when you get here. That's a famous spot here. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
So let me just ask this question before I let you go. I know you got an interview after this. How did you connect with the bishop?
Bishop Wells?
Yeah.
I've been knowing Bishop Wells. Whoa, I probably knew Bishop Wells when I first moved to Los Angeles because Bishop Wells had a choir called the Riverside Mass Choir. And we used to be on the same programs. If I'm not mistaken, LA Mass and the Riverside Mass Choir, I believe we taped Bobby Jones on the same show in downtown Los Angeles. So I've known Bishop Wells and First Lady Siobhan for those were probably they were among the first people I met as far as being in gospel when I moved to LA. So I've known them a while.
Wow, that is awesome. I need you to tell everybody how to find you.
So I am on Instagram, Daughtry David. That's my name backwards. Daughtry David. I'm on Facebook, David C. Daughtry. My music is available on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora. My website, if you want me to, if you're interested in bookings or if you're interested in seeing where I'm going to be, my website is daviddaughtrymusic.com. All of my information is on my website, daviddaughtrymusic.com. But hit me up on Instagram, Daughtry David. Let me know that you heard the show, the Kenya Wheeler show. Hit me up and let me know that you were here, and I will be glad to respond.
So can you come back and tell us your date?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can do that
Uh,
next Friday if you want me to. I'll have everything worked out by next Friday.
don't play with me because I'll
I'm
make a special
serious.
show.
I'll have everything worked out by next Friday. I will come back on next Friday and give you the details.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna inbox. I'm gonna text you and let you
Okay,
know. I think Friday I'm hosting a show, but we make
okay.
it do that in the middle of me
Okay,
going to
and
the
I
show.
haven't announced this anywhere. I have not announced the drop date of my album anywhere. This is the first time I'm announcing
Yeah, come to me. We gonna work this out.
it. And I got a special guest coming. I got a special guest coming.
Are you
I got a
announcing the guest too? Or are you just announcing the date?
you know what? On your show next week, I'll announce the guest. Now it's a surprise because the guest is singing a song with me on my record that I wrote, the one I just told you about. I'm going to get everything that belongs to me. This guest is singing with me on the record, and they're going to be in the house for my CD release.
I'm just excited. I'm gonna
Woo!
have to work around to this to do this
Yeah,
show. So listen, I want to thank you so much for jumping on with me. I appreciate you,
thank
and
you.
we coming back next week.
Okay, I'm okay. All right.
Let me see what else. My Coleman is having a whole conversation
Oh, Mark
with
said Betty
you.
Nelson. You know what, Mark? Mark. No, that's not who it is, though, Mark.
You don't Mark, don't spoil our surprise. All right, well, David, listen. Thank you so much, and I'll see you back here next week.
Okay. All right. I look forward to it. Bye, everybody.
See you later. Listen, I'm gonna work on the screen. We're gonna play that video. So y'all bear with me 1 minute and y'all just look at my screen. All right. I think I got it working. Y'all hold on, because we're gonna play this video. Yes, we are. We're not leaving here without playing this video. I'll be right back again. All right, so listen. We still got echo in the background. So this is what I'm gonna do. I need everybody to go over to my Facebook page and I'm gonna share it on my Facebook immediately following. I want y'all to see David in action. So listen, I'm gonna end the show and I'm gonna share it on my Facebook. Y'all run on over there and see it on the live and on the replay. Y'all stand by because next week he'll be right back with it. All right, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later and y'all have a good night.